Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you on another beautiful Friday afternoon here in Hollandale Beach. A fast main track, a firm turf course, Tapeta in play as well. A little cut in the air this morning if you got up, if you're with us down here in South Florida. The high 50s this morning, but going to be another beautiful day as we close in on what is the penultimate, second to last weekend of the championship meet.
Yeah, it went by so fast, but time flies when you're having fun. We're getting closer to that Florida Derby next weekend, and this weekend, though, fun racing all around as we can build the bankroll, Brian, for next week.
Yeah, turf stakes on Saturday and Sunday for the 3-year-olds and the 3-year-old fillies, so sprinters, exciting to see that, but we've got a solid 9-race card for you today, and the Rainbow Six, as it grows quite quickly, is already up to an estimated jackpot of $125,000. You see that healthy carryover already. That'll kick off in race number 4. Ron Nicoletti's got an updated ticket we'll take a look at in a little bit, but we're 54 minutes to the opener, and that's the early pick 5, which is already at $40,000. They put 420 in the early pick 5 yesterday. So the pools have been very, very healthy. We thank you. Take a look at my ticket now. I've got a single at what I would assume is going to be a short number in the opener, and then I'll spread a little bit. Race number 2, the 4, Chase Sloan on top. Race number 3, the 2, Travel Happy on top. Race number 4, that's my long shot, and it's Burn It All, the 8 horse. And in race number 5, bookended singles for me in the scratched out race, World Traveler at 7-5 on the morning line will probably be a lot lower than that by post time. 37.50. We'll kick it off in the opener, fast and firm today. 6 furlongs on a fast main track here. These are fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. It's an $8,000 3L. We've got scratches of the 3, Peggy Sue, I Love You, and the 6, Cajun Anthem. And, it's still all over the place a little bit. Mama Maria for you.
Yeah, I scratched into her. I had Peggy Sue on top. Mama Maria, though, the dirt track race last time out, she got, I would say, don't want to say tired, but I think it was a little bit of that because she finished on her left lead that day and just wasn't really striding out as much. But it was her first start in a couple months, so maybe give her a little bit of a break for that.
Yeah, she can improve off that. She's going to have to, but it's in there to, you'd think, move forward. Paco down in the inside would probably be a little more aggressive as well. It's only where it's going to be a really, really short number in here. She dropped stiffly in class. Ronnie Spatz claimed her 2 starts back. She ran okay in a starter optional claimer last time, and IRAD's here.
Yep, all those things you mentioned, they're reasons that she is 3-2 right now with 52 minutes till post time, but she's got back numbers that fit perfect with this group here. Now it's just a matter of can she get back on the beam.
A double voided claim for the 5 Sugar Tree in late August and late December.
Not a good sign, and then you've had some time off between that late December race, but it's Safi, so you have to give this horse a look.
Yep, good to see Edgar Sisher. All right, and West Bank is on the outside. I thought West Bank was a little bit interesting, not to win, but just maybe take advantage of a pace scenario that could fall apart a little bit. Early pick 4 in race number 2. We're at 7.5 on the turf. The rails are out at 45 feet today, 17.5. Maiden claimer here for the 3-year-old. Scratch out the 8, Garincha, and Samantha's got an early pick 4 ticket to take a look at.
Yeah, and we'll have the Tropical Turf pick 3 back tomorrow, but an $18 play for me here, Brian. In race number 3, I've got the 2 on top, Travel Happy. Race number 4, the 3 always to the end is who I have on top, and in race number 5, I have the 3, Lady Lobon. Am I saying that correctly?
Lady Laubon.
Laubon. Okay. Anyway,
there we go.
New York
bred back in the day for Eric Guillot.
$18.
All right.
Is the play.
We'll get on the turf here in race number 2. And again, the rail's at 45 feet on a firm turf course. Samantha towards the inside. A Kent Sweezy, Whisper Hill homebred first, or Accelerate Me.
I don't have anything clever on this horse other than the runners that we've seen before already, Brian. They're not all that great. They're okay, but they're not great, and none of these runners are taking a huge plunge in class, really. Even the one that is really not that great either. So, hey, why don't we try something new, starting right at the bottom? Accelerate, not that great on the grass here, but, hey, you get Paco Lopez. The works have been okay on paper, and, I don't know, maybe just something funky can happen.
Yeah, if nothing else, since she got back going at the end of January, he hasn't missed a beat in the morning, so everything's been 6 or 7 days. I think that's a good sign. Nothing too clever for me. The 4 Chase Sloan. Bo Chapman's going to get his first win sooner than later, and I think he's got a great shot to do it here.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tampa grass race was a good one, too. He showed speed. Now you're here on this turf course and has been across the turf course before here, and it was a 5th place finish, but it was against much tougher competition.
Yeah, the 3 Chancelicious gets in at 106 today as a 3-year-old filly tackling males for Wesley Ward. Burned some money last time.
Yeah, absolutely did, and I think kind of maybe the key to this race is trying to beat a horse like this, which will be a short price. And Wesley Ward, this is his MO, running fillies against the boys.
Yeah, and you would stealing bases for Cassie and Irad makes a lot of sense as well. He's got to get in the race a little earlier on though.
Yeah, we've got a stat too on the Cassie barn with this horse as well, so we'll take a look at it here. Tom's D'Etat has just been so, but how about this 50% tag drop on the grass? 14%, not bad, not great, but 41% in the money's a good sign.
Yeah, it just looks like they're just searching with this horse. 35 on the turf last time was to beat 2 horses home. Irad's great, but you're going to take a really underlaid price here on the 5 stealing bases. We'll go to race number 3 now. We're on the Tapeta at 5.5 furlongs, a 17.5, 2L for the fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7. We're both on the same horse, which is a little surprising because Travel Happy, as good as she was, has not been seen since March 28th of last year.
Yeah, almost exactly a year ago. And she ran well. And you've got the replay, so we'll take a look at it because the way that I think she'll get set up here should be okay. Now, I do want to mention on the Tapeta today, things could really change because we got some very chilly weather overnight. Yep, and the horses were not coming back the past couple days on the Tapeta. So today that could all change, and maybe a horse like her, whereas yesterday I would have said run to the windows on her. Today it could be a little bit of a different situation. Yeah,
I kind of thought maybe we're being clever here. It's just a fresh new face. I know she was 60 cents on the dollar. She was pretty good here. Gary Jackson is quietly had a good championship meet with a limited amount of starters and stock, and I just thought maybe in a group where you're allowed to think a little outside the box. Not that at 7-2 she's that outside the box, but hey, the proven runners in here, the 5 Hockey, the 4 Evanora, they're not all that inspiring.
No, they're not. And if anything, with Hockey, it looks like she'll get a pace set up.
Yeah,
she's lost her speed.
She's lost her speed, and I think Travel Happy, assuming she's going to come back running and she's worked okay in the morning, she's got the speed to get in front in here, and I think that could be. We'll see, especially with a couple of the 4 Evanora's got no speed at all.
No, that's
and
a
as
problem.
you said, with Hockey, she's lost it too, and she routed on the turf last time. So where's she going to be early? They're going to really run her off her feet a little bit, I think, if they don't hustle with her. So we'll see. Tab the tote board there. You want to see the 2 live and taking money, long layoff and all. We'll take a break here. 3 down, 6 to go. When we come back on this 9-race Friday card, it's Rainbow 6 time, 125 in the estimated jackpot. Ronnie's got a ticket. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. 9-race Friday card, the Rainbow 6 and race number 4, $125,000 in the estimated jackpot. It's growing very, very quickly. Ron Nicoletti's got an updated ticket. We'll take a look at it now. Good turf finale to end the card today, and no singles for Ron, but the 43-20.
Got the playbook play here in race number 5. In 6, just too deep for him. Race 5, the 5 and the 7. That's Diamonds for Lily and World Traveler. Race 6, Our Winds Aren't Luck. Looks like she'll be tough to beat there, but he's got Bellamindy in the mix as well. Race number 7, he's got Frisian, and that's my single and my best bet on the card. Race number 8, the 5, My Wife Knows It All. Amore E-Control, who's just been on an absolute tear, and Air to the Roar. Those are all major players there. And in the finale, just too deep for him, Bottle Rocket and Tinky Abario as 43.20. Over $125,000 in that estimated pool. It grows very quickly around here. Good day to get involved.
2 nice prices for Ronnie in the finale.
Yeah.
And a really tricky race in there. Let's kick it off, though, in race number 4. We're 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's a 12-5 maiden claimer here, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch out the 5, Did I Dazzle You? And you're on the race that we're going to show because my long shot is in the race, as is your top pick, Always to the End. So I want you to look at the 5, Always to the End, at about 57-1, 53-1 here. She had some run in this race, and it just didn't work out for her.
No.
I think she's interesting today.
Yeah, absolutely. I could not agree more here. She was one that she ran really well, and the way they were bunched up.
There's Burn It All, my pick, getting sawed off there late.
Yeah, that and Burn It All was on the fence the whole entire time, so that's not good. And the 5, Always to the End, didn't have the best go of it there either. So both horses, if you believe in that race, don't pay attention to the buyers because it's good.
Yeah, and you know, at 53-1, Burn It All was trying Tapeta for the first time too, and you know, it was her by far most representative effort. So I'm going to try to blow this up a little bit. Certainly your pick. I think the race goes through your pick, especially with the scratch of Did I Dazzle You? Some speed comes out of this race, and obviously the 10, his choice, with some speed. They always bet her. She's a big player too.
Yeah, she really is, and like you said, she's got speed, which is just so key in this spot, and has not been on the Tapeta in a few months now. So.
Yeah, and her Tapeta races were solid, and she, like you said, with that speed from an outside draw, she's going to be in a pretty salty spot there. Race number 5 kicks off the late pick 5. We'll go $170 on the Tapeta. These are 12, 5, 3 L's, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Scratch the 4, Bubbly Champagne. In the 6, Clearly Copper. 2 big hitters out of this race. Let's take a look at Samantha's late pick 5.
Yeah, $32 play for me here, and I'm just going too deep in this race. Race number 6, it's a spread for me, but the 2 I do have on top, Our Winds Aren't Luck. Race number 7, there's my single of the 12, Frisian. Race 8, I've got the 4 on top, Wait Till Midnight Hour, but using Air to the Roar, Amore E-Control, and Gang, My Wife Knows It All. And in race number 9, the 5 is who I have on top, Good, Better, Best, but also Rachel's Song looks really good. Getting back to the turf as well. So $32 is the play for me. We'll get to the 7th race a little bit later, but I'm not so sure just with maybe how the Tapeta is going to play today. I don't know about this speed today on the Tapeta. I think this weather is going to change a bunch of stuff.
Well, if you can get going in the late pick 5, you're going to be off to a great start. We'll start with your 3, Lady Lauban. First time for Lauren Robson.
She's my long shot today, and with a couple scratches out of this race, I wonder where her form's going to be. But the back races here in New York, albeit they were against state breds, but there were some fast figures in there. She didn't ultimately get the job done until stretching out to a mile and an eighth on the grass course, but still, she's going to try something new for the first time, and for a 5-year-old in a field that we've seen all their cards, maybe something new can help.
Yeah, Robson horses have been running well. British Empress almost won the other day in a race where I thought she was pretty out of her element. So it wouldn't shock me if World Traveler is literally 1-5 in this race.
Yeah.
Especially with the scratches. The Tapeta race would 3 back might lap this field.
Yeah, and the problem with her race 3 back too for the rest of the field is she moved down to the inside, which is not where you want to be, and it completely slowed her down.
Yeah, without a doubt. So she completely lays over this field, but you've got interest in Diamonds for Lily as well. She ran okay last time, actually.
I thought so too, and I really liked Bubbly Champagne, so I figured that if I like Bubbly Champagne, then that's Diamonds for Lily. She did okay with her last time.
Yep.
Or 2 times back.
Gets a little weight break as well with Mika Husbands
Right.
aboard today. Late pick 4 kicks off in race number 6. We'll take a look at it now. It starts on a fast main track. A sequence where the only reason I'm a little short in this sequence is because I have a best bet in the finale. A lot of people I would think are going to spread pretty deep in the finale. Yeah, but I've got a $15 late pick 4 ticket, 2 deep here. We've got a replay of Our Wins Aren't Luck coming up at you. Race number 7's the spread. Oddly enough, it's not my long shot, but I have the 9 Breezer on top at 20-1. Race number 8, the 5 on top. My wife knows it all in a rematch with the 4. Wait till midnight hour. And in race number 9, again, my best bet of the day is the 3, Swoonatra for Abreu and Paco. Hopefully we'll be in front shortly after the start, and we'll go from there. $15 late pick 4 ticket, and to be perfectly honest with you, I could easily play it for $7.50 for 3 or 4 or 5 times because Our Wins Aren't Luck to kick it off here. 5.5, 12-5 claimer on the main track for 3-year-old fillies. Do scratch out the 5 Cicatriz, but the 2, we'll see what you've got coming up here, but the 2 is going to be a very, very short number. But all right, good. You're going on the outside. Miss Matoli, is she your long shot?
No, this is there we go. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it
All
was,
right,
it was
yeah.
race 5 picks. Yep. No, I've got Our Wins Aren't Luck, and we'll take a look at the replay too. The race just runs through her.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, because the rest of the field, they've just not been as good as her, even though she lost this race. She finished 3rd, and
Well, it's a wildly fast race.
Very fast.
Yeah, not only for the level, but you look around for this group, too.
yeah, absolutely. And she made a big middle move
She
here.
did.
She just couldn't get it done. That was only her 2nd start. She's going to come back at this 5.5 furlongs again here today, which is a good sign. She's getting better with each start for as good as a 12.5 can.
Yeah, this is going to win this race, I'd say 9 out of 10 times.
Absolutely.
She just caught a good one in Digital Sale this day, and Be Thankful took advantage of a good set of circumstances to run second. But you can see Our Wins Aren't Luck kind of paid the price for chasing a good winner.
Right.
Back on 13 days rest doesn't really bother me. She's got the speed to be involved throughout. She's going to be a very, very short price. It's not a stab, but I think Bella Mende, this is the old Samantha angle. I'm a little surprised you didn't pick this horse. She's going to try the main track for the first time. We're off the claim for Rohan Creighton. She certainly doesn't want to run 2 turns.
Nope.
That's for sure. She's got a good poster too.
She does, and I use all 4 of these in my late pick 5 too. So I feel like Our Wins Aren't Luck. The race runs through her, but as you mentioned, the short rest thing, maybe she pays the price for that race we just saw. So Bella Mindy is a horse that first off the claim for Rohan. What a strong move, and I like what he moves her straight to the dirt track. He saw something he liked on the dirt, and he's worked her a couple times across it.
Exactly. The 4 City Taz. Well, if the 2 doesn't win, anything goes in here. City Ta, if nothing else, she's got speed. That's not a bad thing against a group in a race like this.
Yeah, that's so true. And she dueled hard, and that was her 3rd start. Now she'll drop down in class again, and she'll cut back a half furlong.
All right, race number 7 kicks off the late pick 3, $1 minimum. I'm looking forward to this one because I think this is a fun race where you throw some stuff at the wall here. 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. The tag is $8,000, 5.5 on the Tapeta. No scratches, but do take note. Dylan Davis will ride the 3 Starry Night. It's a gang race, okay? They're all here, including your top pick and my top pick, and we'll roll this here and see. You're on Frizen, who's the 12 today. I want to focus on Breezer, though. It's a horse I actually played last time. I'm going to come back to again. He's a huge price in here. Probably could have made this horse 30 on the line, on the hard chase the entire way, down on the inside. Got tightened up a little bit. I don't think the chart line really did it justice at all. Chase, save ground, and that was it. He's got run here, and you can see him right there. He's checking a little bit.
Yep, he is, and he had momentum going into that turn, and well, there's Sir Banana Bryan. He does his thing just running on late. But when you take those turns that are a little bit tighter on the Tapeta because they are on that inner spot, you lose momentum too. And you could tell he was rolling, but just on the rail like that trying to hug it, it just doesn't work out the way you theoretically want it to.
No, and he never got off the fence at all. So, again, he's a huge, huge price in here. Her horse, who's your best bet of the day, is a way more likely winner.
Yeah.
But again, where it's value, it's price, and things like that. I do think the race goes through the 11 Rum Saint Esprit. I'm surprised you don't have him anywhere. This is he's never seen a group like this.
No, but to be honest, the races, if you look at some of the figures, they're just not getting any better.
No.
I'm not sure. Even though it's a drop in class, I just have a hard time playing a horse like this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Right.
I wouldn't want to go to the window on a win bet with him, but he's going to be a problem in here. For a barn that, especially with you've used the Moscow barn. Starry Night to me is the scariest horse in the race, because that race where he just ran 4th in against that group, Decisive Pride and Frizon and everybody, Starry Night was off a late August to late February layoff.
Yeah, and I think that this extra half furlong now is really going to help, combined with the fact that you do have a sharper horse.
Yeah, he's the most eligible to me to improve in this kind of spot. Race number 8, back on the Tapeta at 5 furlongs and a starter optional claimer, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7, and it is a really good field of 7.
Yeah.
I think the race goes through the 4 and the 5. We can show it to you. Wait till midnight hour. Wired, My Wife Knows It All last time. You've got the former on top. I've got the latter on top.
Wait till midnight hour, gutted it out here, which that in this position right here, My Wife Knows It All, I think is set up perfect. Wait till midnight hour just ran huge in this spot, but so did My Wife Knows It All, and these two are very hard to separate. Did you use both of them?
I used both of them.
Okay.
I picked the 5 because of the set of circumstances that she's outside the 4, but
Right.
you just saw it right here, and she still couldn't go by.
Yep,
so.
that's very true, and she was clearly on the best part of the track.
Yeah.
But it's all hard to pair up wins, as you see with My Wife Knows It All. She paired 2 wins up in a row and then finished second there.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of drifting out towards the end, but it wasn't going to make a difference.
No, the reason I went with her, because you're right. She just runs first or second every time. I just wonder maybe if the 4, that was a tough race, does it come back to her just a little bit?
It could. You don't have a Maury control anywhere?
I never pick her. She's finished first 6 times in a row. So much speed in here. And as cool as she is, as good a job as Liz Dobles has done with her, this is by far the best group she's ever faced in this streak.
I feel, I don't know.
All she does is win.
That's true. I felt like I said that last time with her. When she got out of state breds, I was like, this is, I never pick her either, so I'm not saying that I have a huge opinion on her, other than, she wants to beat you. And even last time, I promise you, if you go back on February 9th, we probably said the same thing. Oh, there's so much speed in here. But guess what? Then she sat off horses.
She loves winning races. I'm looking at my notes while you were talking. So 5 starts ago, I had huge trip out, fade race, don't play her again. She's won 4 in a row. So, what do I know? That's for sure. Boy, they bet her with both hands last time. I hope if you're coming along for the 7th straight time, she finishes first. She did get DQ'd one.
She did.
I hope you get a price, because like we said, this group is way better. Heir to the Roar. I don't like the fact she's lost her speed.
That's very true. She is one today that could be a huge move up, though, Brian, because, again, we'll just have to watch the Tapeta track.
Yeah.
But just what we've seen in the past here, I think the speed's going to come back today. And she's one that could just sit the perfect trip, possibly.
Wow, she's going to have to hustle early.
will.
She used to have tactical speed. Now I don't know if she's got any of it at all. And we're going 5 today. She's cutting back from 5.5. Fun one. In the finale here, we're on the turf, $50,000 starter allowance for the fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. No changes, but Miguel Vasquez will ride the 2. Again, the rails are out at 45 feet. We're all over the place because it's an all-over-the-place kind of race. We'll start with you. Good, better, best. Wired last time. I hope she doesn't wire today, because I'll tell you why in a minute. But she was almost wired last time, did everything but win.
She did do everything but win. She ran her eyeballs out that day, but just couldn't get it done. But I like the fact that she does have the speed here, Brian. Swinatra is going to go. I don't think Javier Castellano will send her on a mission like that. So she just sits off the hip of your single. Maybe we'll just get a good trip.
It's possible. That's, and I agree. I think the first thing you said was why Swinatra is my best bet of the day. I don't expect Javier to send and engage. She's not fast enough anyway. She kind of fell on the lead last time, and it was a credit to Javier that he saw that and took advantage of it.
Yes.
She's not necessarily a speed horse at all, Sunatra is.
Oh, yeah.
Today we get Paco. She's dropping in class, and I think this is the easiest group she's faced. And she's my best bet of the day. I'm just hoping we can clear off early.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. That's literally all it will take with her, and it looks like she, on paper, as long as Javier doesn't go with them, she's loose as can be.
Yeah. I'm going to show you Sleepwalker and Fantasy Performer. This is the last time we've seen Sleepwalker on November 30th in a race much, much better than this.
Yep.
I just left a bad taste in my mouth, Samantha. She was set up here at 8-5, by the way, too.
Yeah.
She can't even run. She runs third.
Yeah, that was, again, you said it. This was a tough race, a 19 Amendment.
I saw her yesterday.
Yeah. So Sleepwalker, to me, I felt like she's always been a little bit of a cheaper horse, but she snuck away with running in some big races.
Yeah.
But if you look at her, really, if you read between the lines, she's just finished second and third by default. I don't think that it's that she's that great. She hasn't done anything other than break her maiden race. And I don't want to beat her up too much, but I'm sorry. If you're running second to Miss Astor, who, she snuck by and got a graded stakes win in California, that's fine. But you've got to step up. We've seen what VView does now, and she finished fourth behind her. View is not that great.
Not anymore.
Not
no.
anymore. So
no.
I don't know. I think that she might be a sucker horse. I think a lot of people are going to get into the trap of her.
Yeah, because it's a big class drop for her as well. Now she gets to get into a 50 starter because she was back in the day she was in for a tag, but she's going to be bet hard, I would assume. And she's a fade horse for me, at least on top. It's another reason why I went Sunatra for the win. Rachel Song, hey, she's been in pretty good form, and she's run well on the turf now.
Yeah, she's in. Like you said it, she's in good form here. But who's on? Misael. I don't want to see her trying to.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I hope not. But the turf races, there's only been 2 of them, but the one across the good track was against a good group.
Oh, yeah. Sarah's Dream come back to win. Sizzle's okay. Ronnie's got the 7 and the 8. Prices in his rainbow. Let's take a look at a stat on the 7. That's Bottle Rocket. First time for Trombo. Leonard Russell out in California does a good job, and he had this horse out there. Mike Trombetta, this is pretty solid now, 17%.
It is, and the barn has been a bit quiet, but did get a win yesterday.
Did, yes.
So there's that. The grass race that she's coming out of, look, I am the sucker for playing California. There's no hiding that. The group that she faced there, finishing second, and that's not like this.
I think she's got to step it up today, and you might want to wonder if she's going to need one a little bit too. January 1st layoff coming all the way across the country as well. At least he's had her for a while, but we'll see. Should be a square price as well. All these Tapeta works for her, and then she's popping on the turf. We'll have to see how it shakes out. Take a look at the lightning round here before we send it upstairs to Pete Aiello and taste at the track. This has been so widely well received.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got one more for the championship meet, right?
Yep, we do for the championship meet, yes. But look at this. It's next Saturday. Wine and tapas. It'll be a very fun day just all around. But we're still showing it. There's still tickets available.
Well,
you better hurry up and get involved because it won't be.
Yeah, we will not have a shortage of people here on Curlin Florida Derby Day. You better get your tickets now because they do cap this, and I promise you it will sell out. And it's a great segue to Curlin Florida Derby as it kind of wraps up the championship meet next Saturday. Yeah,
and we'll have horses putting in their final works over the weekend, and we draw for that tomorrow.
Yeah, so I believe Grande worked this morning.
Yeah, very, very Grande.
Coast to Coast. There's no TT Pick 3. That'll be back tomorrow, but here's your Coast to Coast on an hour and 50-minute window. I like that.
Yeah, we like that. The two final races here from Gulfstream, and then you get into the Santa Anita card, races 3, 4, and 6 there at our sister track.
I like it. Your best bet today?
It is Frisian.
Yep.
Frisian? I thought it's
race 7.
Frisian.
Frizon? Let's see what Pete says.
Gotta be Frisian.
I am in the finale with Sunatra, straight to the point, to the lead, and your long shot.
Lady Lobon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that. 2 big scratches.
Yeah,
in that
she
race,
might be cut in half. Yeah.
A little bit. My long shot is Burn It All. I've got a couple of big numbers on top. I think Burn It. I picked Breezer, but I didn't put her as my long shot because that's a real reach.
Yes.
This horse I think is live today. Race 4, the 8. Burn It All. It's Brian and Samantha all day with you. I think Ronnie will get back here on tomorrow. Pete Aiello is upstairs with your scratches and changes on a fun Friday 9-pack for you.